Girls' wedding night? Didn't come home that night. Morning, armed to provoke directly. She sat calmly on the sofa, as if none of this concerned her. Mentally complaining. Family is like diving into an ocean. Comes a stranger from then on. Officially yet, but he came knocking. The old man's face was as dark as coal. Guessed out the second young master's wedding day. Rara need to pay respects to their mother. Counts out saddest. Wewa hurried forward. Yana risen outside. Do you also want to leave the Jang family? Glared away, Wewa. No one stops you if you want to leave. Let's get the guests out. Butler approached Ga Yunner. Please, openly chilled Master Jang. Frightened by his words, temper is unpredictable. Pleasure could really get her expelled. Keep Yara anymore. God hoped Zhang Chenju would ask her to stay. Chenju remained silent. She left dejectedly, vexed to her future mother-in-law. Proper attire was required. Chenju went upstairs to change. Went alone together again. If she doesn't provoke me, I won't go her. Whether she doublefold. Press makes the air here unpleasant. Renran retort, I'm still living on Earth. Miss Zhang should move to another planet to avoid being putted by my scent. I really don't want to see you. You could donate your retinas. Then you'll never see me again. Although sharp-tongued girls aren't likable. But since Zhang Chenyu doesn't like me, doesn't like Chenju either, maybe with someone who dislikes you. Life is hard, more humiliating. Chenyu snorted cold. This is your true nature. Wrong, this is fake. To see my real self. Run it, puffing her cheeks and looking up to meet Jean's gaze. She had succeeded in him, though she wore a smile. Ran felt an icy chill. Fine, I'm unworthy. This churned within Ran. She maintained a brave facade. I'm not. But Zhang Chenju excelled at reading people. He saw through her forced bravado. Smirked mocking. Mediocre. Ren shot back. It conveys the main idea. Oh, Shran. Ren stopped Zhang Chenju. Need to talk? Did your father send you so soon? What about my father? Enfin. Confusion. Didn't Father Gu discuss the materials with you? Zhang regained his composure. What do you want to discuss? Two matters. During the home visit. Let's act normally. My parents sense our mutual disdain. They'll worry about me if they discover what I've endured these days. They'll insist on divorce. Context your father's intentions. Oh, I don't know how he forced this marriage, but if I demand divorce, your life won't be easier. We move out. I clash with your sister. Staying worsens family tensions. If we move out, I don't care if you stay out all night. Get arrested for whatever mischief. As your wife, bail you out from the police station. Live in Visa. Oh, I won't be lovey-dovey with Miss Ga. Awkward. No one will. Necessary. I'll even cover you. Both arrangements benefit us. What do you think? Zhang Chenju sized up his wife Guren Ran. Why would you think I'd agree? Because my demands don't harm you at all. Gently seized. Mockingly asked, need time to consider. Too short to negotiate with me. Just say no then. Why the personal attack? For the first time before Ran. Genuine smile. If winning argument pleased him. Made him happy. Realizing his reaction, quickly hardened expression. Cleared his throat. Grabbed suit jacket and left. Back in summer heat. He doesn't get you for calling me short. The tight woman shouted defiantly. Chenju paused mistride hearing this. Again involuntarily. Exit encountered waiting butler. Young master the patriarch wishes to speak. The cheerful man retorted. Dropping that cutting remark. Dicious man exited. Still in good mood entering car. Glanced at black jacket. Discarded instead of wearing. Owing heard son's exact words. Fell back enraged. Ungrateful. Butler could do nothing. Master left home at Shrasen, separately in old manner. Son grew distant over disagreements, part over time, part from being related by blood, practically strangers his father, and still furious. How did his son end up like this? I shouldn't have let him alone back then. Sir, what happened back then wasn't your fault. Returns to the company. Emily asked his assistant. Contacted you. Could it be president? Choir father-in-law's family. Chenju looks puzzled. Why hasn't anyone contacted her? At this point, Gu family user status. Much from the Jiang family. Without materials, how can those sort of projects start? The Gu family using our company's name. Purchase raw reels from other companies. Shakes his head. President, I know what you want to find out. This is exactly what I need to type. Strangely enough, Gu family withdrew all sure new orders. Acquired yesterday. Gu family cancelling all orders. Surprises Jiang Chenju. Did you find out why? Given any public explanation. Investigate covertly, but rejected Guy. Chenju rests his finger in his lips. Game is the Gu family plan. What they're trying to do, but could find out. From Gu family's daughter. First he didn't recognize it was Guren's number. Until hearing that cheerful uncle. Bang twitches at his temple. Gunra, your dad wants you to come home. Says he needs to talk. The fangs are bared. It'd be hypocritical to retract them. Chenyu sarcastic remarks. Demonically sharp retorts. She coins affectionate nicked uncle for him. Chenyu suppresses rage. Guren call uncle one more time. Uncle. Times already. Watch gonna come back if you dare. Chenju's Adam's apple bob. For this woman is truly scheming. She's trying to provoke, to make me come home. Well, I won't. Zhang Chenju feigned calmness. He lowered his phone and hung up abruptly. Soon Guran called again. The old man's angry. Angry about. Sure like, I'm not even mad. But you get upset over uncle. Men are so petty. You're not losing out being called uncle. At your age, you should be buddies with my dad. Or should I call you nephew? Fine, I'll reluctantly call you nephew. Hello. Zhang Cheng Hey. Hung up again. Ranra muttered at the black screen disdainfully. This is the business tycoon. A heart smaller than a needle's eye. Uncle. Don't you know you're ancient? Call keep blowed. Ramran's relentless calls resumed. Hung up immediately. Called again. This went straight to voicemail. He blocked me? The Jiang family mansion. I thought Jiang Chenju's number from her mobile. Had just entered the conference. Seen the home number. He answered and held it to his ear. Hey nephew, your dad wants you home. Beep beep, another callback soon came. Guran, you're asking for death? Chenju, is that how you speak to your wife? Mr. Zhang rode angrily downstairs and saw the new daughter-in-law. Sitting alone in the living room. On the phone. Approached and learned she was calling Jiang Chenju. The reason was for her own sake. Dad, I heard you need to talk with Jiang Chenju. But he left. Come back and listen. In-law. Master, she noticed Ranran's sincere face. And her innocent eyes. His fondness for her grew stronger. Besides, she did this for my benefit. She truly surely has words for Chenju. Old Master Jiang called Jiang Chenju himself. Upon answering, she heard her son's furious cursing. Temper flared instantly. Get your ass back here. Ran flinched at old Master Jiang's loud voice. She wondered what Jiang Chenju said. That infuriated the old man. Unknown what Jiang Chenju said. Jiang growled at Jiang Channel. Just special one. Be here within 30 minutes. He hung up angrily. Ran, just wait. I'll make Chenyu apologize. Ran shook her head. No need. After all, he started it. Soon Jiang Chenyu returned. Upon, he saw hiding behind his father, his newly-wed wife. From his perspective, she was feigning vulnerability. Ran saw him, noted his piercing gaze. Her heart raced. What if he approached her about her calling him nephew? Thinking Ran, with a smile. Honey, you're back. Jiang Chenju saw her swift change. From uncle to nephew. Now she calls me husband. Get out. Ran shows proper remorse. Her humble attitude came first, no matter what Jiang Chenju says later. She just to stubbornly deny everything. Jiang erupted at Jiang Chenju. This is how I taught you to mistreat your wife. And Jane's silent. He got yelled at the moment he entered. As a man, tattling, just disgustedly. Shook off. Get to the point. Apologized to. Chenju stared intensely at Ran. Ran wondered internally, did I do? Apologize to me. She provoked him first with harsh words. Dared not stay longer. She hastily concluded the conversation. And why for one? I needn't apologize. Don't be angry there. Since he's back, I'll return to the bedroom. Waiting for responses. She darted back to them like a rabbit. Ran figured out in half an hour. You mustn't cross old Jiang. Technically speaking, Oing is her backer. Knight's impulsive maturity already displeased him. If old Jiang finds out today, she called his son Big Nephew. She's done for. She'll plead enrage old Jiang, provoking Yang. She shouldn't truly am. Chenju either. Teasing him is fine, but if truly provoked, her life will become unbearable. Jiang Chenju barged in. She smiled sweetly, uncle. Jiang Chenju had never met someone like her. Expression so fast. Without hesitation, he grabbed Ran's nape. Sheep shot. Ran's nape was being pressed. Her head was forced down and couldn't lift up. Chenju let go. Ran him back down. She raised her and pinched his wrist. What nonsense have you been feeding the old man? I'd be asking you. Told your father about me. Apologized to me. Head remained pressed down. Was surprisingly strong. Ching a fold of skin on Jiang Chenju's wrist. Both were in discomfort. As they reached an impasse, Ran made the first to my two conditions from this morning. Stop calling you uncle or nephew. We'll stay out of each other's way. Take your single plank bridge. Take my broad highway. Jiang Chenju remained silent. To show sincerity, she released her grip first. I'm pinching him up. When you let me go, comes your agreement. Chenju sneered. You're quite clever. She's maneuvering to. She knew I couldn't hold her down forever. Once, sir, it would mean accepting her terms. Anticipated. Being outnumbered by Arsha a year old. He shook his hand, released Ran in his acceptance of her proposal. Ran had achieved her goal. She straightened up, rolling her neck, glancing at his wrist. Visible nail mark. She secretly delighted the damage. The homecoming day arrived. Ran was ready early morning. Wait for Jiang Cheng at their meeting. Ran immediately reminded. Remember what you promised. Chenju ignored, placing the prepared gifts from home. All in the trunk at the Gu residence. Immediately spotted at the entrance. Parents waiting to greet them both. Suddenly became nervous at the man beside her. Possibly pulled another behind their back. Carking to a stop. Ran reached for Jiang Chenju's clothes, but accidentally caught his hand instead. Chenju, you must remember our 3 rules agreement. Jarism retorted. Untrustworthy. Since approaching Thi, this is the first time he'd ever been doubted. Ran bit her lower lip. You might forget. Ran cleared her throat. A sweet smile curved her lip. Dad. Chenju are back and retrieved gifts from the trunk. As he approached, he saw the smile on her, paused momentarily, was radiant, delicate yet playfully charming. Chenju felt something stir within him, unnerved by worldly forms or pretense. A genuine smile shared with family, come a distant luxury, yet came so naturally to her. Imran shared about her good life at the Jiang household. Mom, Dad, I've realized, brings such freedom. I can sleep in as late as I want. Chenju never restricts. Chenju remained silent beside her. Simi curved his lip, using a smile to validate Ran's words. He never stayed overnight at their marital home. Kid the parkant, returning to her chattering self. As the son-in-law, completely silent. Dad, where's Jan? Madame replied. Has his education yet? Goshraran's younger brother. He's seen studying abroad. The family kept his sister's marriage from him, from Shaora, and once returned to China for college. To her heading fusion, she mentioned it, but Madame Gu confirmed. Entrance exams are too stressful. It's more relaxed abroad. We don't want him back? How come she didn't know her brother wanted to return? Stop staring at Chenju. Watch him at home and now. Come help me in the kitchen. And took her daughter's hand. Blushed. And son-in-law remained. Personal topics to discuss. Ang Chenju raised business matters. Although I heard you rejected shrewd project proposals. Or materials. If please let me know. Old Gu waved dismissively. We both know the truth, Chenju. Those short contracts came through Jam family connection. Curry favor, use intermediary, accepting trade my daughter for even to send Yummer to your family for our own benefit. Hence my refusal. First, to declare we don't depend on Jang Group. We work within our means. No desire for what's not ours. Second, to clarify, Jang family favors Den. Respect her. Treat her equally. Jiang Chenju was taken aback. Olga's words made him flush. The Gus didn't push this marriage for wealth or status, but because he married his daughter to him, reputation of the Jiang family, projects to prevent suspicion, since you love Ran so much. Why did you agree to let her marry me? Curiously, didn't Ran tell you? Chenju shook his head. Just as Miss Gu was about to speak, Ran called for dinner. The Jiang family mansion that evening. Couple maintained a chorus distance, but upon They saw someone who shouldn't be there had come again. Couldn't she see old Mr. Jiang's darkened face, a shoulder with Jiang Chenju? She leaned slightly towards him. Arlo, you helped me so much today. Don't worry, I'll help you too. She cheerfully walked to the living room sofa. I'm home. Old Mr. Jiang pretended to yawn. Tired. You're the lady of the house. Ain't the guest. When lady of the house was mentioned, brush and change. Jiang was reminding her again, not to fantasize about a few Chenju. Glanced at Gao Yor. Okay, let me help you rest first, to send yourself away. After confirming old Mr. Jiang had left, she turned to appraise Gao Yunar openly. Not bad look, just too much makeup and too strong perfume. So this is Jiang Chenju's type. To Gao Yunar, her appraising gaze, a piercing needles, stinging with humiliation. Chenju doesn't love you. I know. Telling Jiang Chenju. Go now, take her away. With a wave of her hand, I turned and went up the stairs. She suddenly turned around. Her gaze immediately met Jiang Chenju's dark eyes. About today's incident. You helped Jiu. Considered even between us. Big. Rapided upstairs 2 steps at a time. Chenju kept watching her retreating figure. Gao Yun's gaze remained fixed on Jiang Chenju. Eyes? How that man's eye? With images of another woman. Extreme jealousy. She said pitifully, Chenju, finally, do you drink today? Seeing his cold expression towards Gao Yun, proved her drowning sorrows for him. No, if you don't like me drinking, I'll never touch alcohol again. Chenji glanced again at the empty staircase, turned and said, come out to talk. Gao Yun followed happily.